I have no habit of talking about people, but only I talk when I see someone talking ill about Christianity. This man, his name is, he calls himself Mar Mary, but his name is Robert Schliemann. He is not a member. His name is, he calls himself Mar Mary, but his name is Robert Schliemann. He is not a member of the Assyrian Church of the East. He's never been member of the Assyrian Church of the East. We do not recognize his teaching. We completely forbid him from entering into any of our churches. He was ordained by the ancient Church of the East by Metropolitan Mar Yaqub. Then he was defrauded. It means he was suspended from his church. Now he doesn't belong to no church.
But you know why all these things happen? Because majority of people have walked away from the Lord Jesus, drifted. I'm talking about Christians. Have walked away from the Lord Jesus. Look at us, till now, Christians are attacking one another. What are you attacking? Oh, your faith is not my faith. Don't listen to this big person. Be careful. But if you're this warrior, why don't you go and face the world's current and be a man and talk like a man? Instead of attacking your brother Christian. Shame on you. So you come and attack a Christian because you know I'm not going to retaliate, yes? So you say, oh yeah, he's because the Lord taught us to love one another. But you have no guts to face the world because you're a coward. That's why you don't talk about what's happening. Go now and say to your government, why are you embracing LGBT? If you're a man, and if you're a Christian, go. Stand and face your government.
Shalom, shalom, Yasharala, all praises and glory goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and salutations unto the legmen feeding the sheep of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, in sincerity and truth for this gospel coming out of our Bible. And this Bible belonged to Israelites, and yeah, of course, those Israelites scattered amongst all people. And this guy right here, he might be a speckled bird, right? He might be one of the jakes amongst the heathens, looking like the heathens, right? Because he have a zeal, but not according to knowledge, right? He do have a zeal, but not according to knowledge, right? And also, it's a lot of these dudes. They're how can we say? They're agents. It's a lot of these dudes. They're agents, right? They're coming in as wolves in sheep clothing, right? So what's the spirit of going on in this world? You got to know how to discern the wicked from the righteous, right? You got to know who the Lord sent and who the Lord sent not. And the spirit is the Lord did not send these Christians. That's why the Christian church is fucking dying, right? The Christian church is a thing of old, a thing of the past, right? People gathering together on Sundays, going to church on Easter, family gatherings. No, man, that shit's bullshit because they don't believe in what the preacher is pushing. For what the preacher is pushing, the motherfucker's pushing lies, deceits, deception, and the Lord did not send them, right? This fucker, he done lost the eye pushing bullshit, right? Talking about what he say, right? He calling on who? Jesus Christos, right? He calling on Jesus Christ, right? He got these images in the back. Right, look like a so-called darker skinned version of a so-called Messiah, the Messiah, right? But one thing we know that this is not the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The Lord said, "I dwell it not in temples made with hands," and His name is not Jesus, right? It says, "I asked the Lord, Jesus Christ, JC. I asked the Lord JC to accept this eye as a token." This man is full of shit, right? It says of love and a token of sacrifice, but I am ashamed, right? Showing he ain't got no real faith, because when that man attacked him and put that knife in his fucking eye, it didn't look like a token of sacrifice. It didn't look like he want no parts of that that beef, that fire that dude was bringing on his ass with that knife, and he lost his eye. Right? The Lord took his fucking eye away for pushing madness, right? For being a false prophet, a false teacher, a false preacher. Right? The Lord ain't dealing with no Christians. The Christian church is going to continue to lose members, just like this motherfucker lost his eye. I'm going to go to the book of Acts, where it says Jesus has left the building. Yeah. Your boy Jesus was never really in the building, right? Acts 7:48, it says, howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophets. Right? Because what they repeating quotes that other prophets said. The Lord ain't dealing with these temples. Right? You got these man-made temples all over the earth with pictures of what heathens as the people of the Lord. And that's not the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's the spirit of deception and deceit. Right? It says, I lost my eye in attack. Why? For pushing madness, deception, and deceit. For calling on a false name. Right? The Lord didn't give him the name, his name, of his son. What the Bible says. Read the book of Acts 4, verse 12. And it reads, neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. Whereby we must be saved, right? Quoted from what, almost 2,000 years ago, right? But here we read, until the year 1524, there was no letter J, so there was no Jesus, there was no Joseph, there was no juice, right? There was no junkyard, right? There was no such words like this. Esau come in, they changed, they added this letter, right? I think to the I. Yeah, it says right here, until the year 1524, there was no letter J in the alphabet. The letter J was originally the same letter as I. The father of the letter J is Giorgio Trissino, an Italian author and grammarian who lived from 1478 to 1550. So this is years and years and years and years, century. Right after what? The death of the Messiah, the man you ignorantly calling JC, when there was no letter J. So, and that's not the letter J is not Hebrew. That Jesus ain't no Hebrew. So that is not his name. That's why this man getting judged, and that's why the Christian church is dying for pushing false names, false narratives, false stories, fables. Right? This is the book of Proverbs 30, verse 4. It says, who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who have gathered the wind in his fist, who have bound the waters in a garment, who have established all the ends of the earth. What is his name, and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell? If thou canst tell. And if you got any brain, you should be asking yourself, why are they talking about his name and his son's name? And this is the book of Proverbs. Right, this is before the so-called man you calling JC even came up on the scene, but showing you that he was always there. He was the first created, the first begotten. Right, it says, who have ascended up into heaven, or descended, who have gathered the wind in his fist, who have bound the waters in his garment, who have established the ends of the earth. What is his name, and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell? Man, we could tell. Why? Because let's go to the book of John 17, let's start at 4. It reads, I have glorified thee on earth. I have finished the work which thou gavest me to do. Yeah, once you come into this truth, you gotta finish the work. You can't get lazy, you can't get tired, you can't get weak and fall off and return back into the world. Because there is a judgment for that. It's called death. It's called you walking down with your head down in the kingdom of heaven for a time. Right? It says, I have glorified thee on earth, right? I have finished the work which thou gavest me to do. And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I have with thee before the world was. It says, I have what? I have manifested thy name unto who? The men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word. Who's that? The prophets. The prophets. And he said, I have what? Manifested thy name unto the men, right? Daniel 2:47 says, The king answered unto Daniel and said, of a truth it is that your power is the power of gods, O Lord of kings, and a revealer of secrets, right? And a revealer of secrets, seeing thou couldst reveal this secret, right? What's another secret? The name of the Lord. Why you think that the world is still going by JC? Another part of the world is talking about Yahuwahs and Yeshuas and Yaduas, and people you never knew us, right? So the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has put a spirit of dum-dum, and this name is a precious name. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. You even try to get some people to repeat it, they can't even say it. And some people, they'll just come up and say it real quick, and they'll understand, right? Because showing what the Lord revealeth his secrets unto what his servants, the prophets, right? Proverbs 18:10 says, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it, and is safe, right? That motherfucker, Rabbi Mari Mar, he didn't have the name of the Lord. That's why he didn't have nowhere to run to when that dude came with that shank, right? He couldn't call on the name of the Lord. He didn't have no strength, no might. And you see, man, his house is divided, his church is split, and they're losing members. And they're losing members, man. Shalom.